Hi! So, this is the first time that you're seeing me in 2016 probably. Hello. Hope you're having a great year so far. I have not uploaded a video in a very long time. I'm sorry, I don't have any excuses, I don't know what happened, but I'm here and I have a bunch of videos coming. My January wrap-up is gonna come tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, if I can edit it in time. Hopefully I will. This is my December wrap-up and I vlogged throughout the month, so we are about to go back in time to December. Hi! Hello! How are you doing? I know that was random. I know. It is the 1st of December today. It's the 1st of Vlogmas, very exciting. And I literally just finished filming my November wrap-up. This is my December wrap-up. It's the 1st of December. Did I say that already? I think I did. I'm a little bit out of breath, but you know, we're good with that. This is my reading month in vlog style, wrap-up style thing. I'm going to be talking about the books that I read this month of December, and talking about other stuff that I do in December that involve books and stuff. Maybe not involving books, but probably involving books. My cloud is there. Say hello to the cloud. Hello, cloud. It turns on, but I don't feel like fiddling with it. Yeah, this is the bookshelf at the moment. This is the Christmas tree and stuff. The first book that I'm going to read for this month is going to be The New Hunger by Isaac Marion, because, if you didn't know, The Burning World, which is Warm Bodies #2, has like a title and also a release date. It's coming out on the 9th of August 2016, and I'm so excited. Like, I wanted to, I've been waiting for this release of this second book for such a long time. You can see me over there. I've been waiting for this book for such a long time, and like, I miss R. Halfway through the month and I have not vlogged very much. I think about 5 days ago I read Night Study by Marie V. Snyder. It is a book that I got from NetGalley. I saw it on NetGalley. Like, I haven't been on NetGalley in such a long time. I went on, I saw this book, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this. I need to read it now. And I had 32% like approval thingy rating percentage or whatever. And you're supposed to have like at least 80, so I applied for it very hesitantly and very, you know, I didn't think I was gonna get it, and like the same day they were like, here, have it, and I was like, thank you. So yeah, I read it. It was definitely like a book that I didn't want to put down. I kept on thinking about it, kept on wanting to go back to the story and see what happened next and stuff. It's the second book in the Soulfinder series by Marie V. Snyder, which is a continuation of the Study trilogy that she made. I really like her characters and her setting and the magic system and stuff. However, there were quite a few things that I didn't like. The camera's getting a bit heavy. There were quite a few things. The first thing was the writing in certain parts, especially the third person writing for Vlek. That was just, I felt so separated from what was happening, and some people can do third person really well, it flows really well, you don't feel disconnected or separate from what's happening at all, like you don't even notice it's third person. I definitely noticed with this. The other thing is sort of the way that she deals with rape in this book. I feel like in my last video I talked about rape, in my last wrap-up I talked about the way that Jessica Jones dealt with that topic really well. These books by Marie V. Snyder do not. She, I think, makes a really good effort to have really strong female characters, and the world is a place where women are valued just as much as men are. But I've just sort of noticed that a lot of the time, it's Yelena and a bunch of guys. And that's it. Like, there's strong female characters, but they're sort of outside the main storyline that's happening. And also the way that rape is dealt with. Can you hear that bird? The way that rape is dealt with, every time that she wants you to feel sorry for a female character, there's rape. Not that happens within the storyline, but like, you get told that that character was raped previously. And the books that I read after Night Study were Poison Study, the first book in the study series by Marie V. Snyder. I really wanted to read it afterwards. And the way that rape was dealt with in that book was just sort of the same, and I was sort of disappointed by it, and it wasn't very good. And yeah, I did really enjoy it though. I did scan through some parts and read it pretty quickly. And then the book that I'm currently reading right now is this book right here, Magic Study. I've made like a bunch of bookmarks, and yeah, I still will just put like a piece of paper in the book to mark where I am. So I am almost done with it. I might not even like read that because I have read this before. I'm just sort of reading it again because I read Poison Study and I wanted to keep going. I was gonna film a video, but you know, it's pretty loud outside and it's raining a bunch. Can you hear that? A lot of thunder in these videos and lightning. But yeah, I might film later on. Probably gonna read now. It's raining, I'm eating hash browns, and I'm reading Life is Good. I finished Magic Study. This was by Marie V. Snyder, and it's a reread. And yeah, I was reading it just to get to certain parts of the story, to like re-experience those moments. But for the rest of it, I sort of went through really quickly. I like read really quickly. And the last 100 pages I just flew through because, you know, there wasn't that much that I wanted except for like the last final thing that happens. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I was reminded again by something that I didn't like about this book the first time I read it, which was that the main character goes into a lot of situations unprepared, and at the end of the book it sort of like tries to make that seem like a good thing, which it sort of is, right? But at the same time, no. Like, tell people, ask for help. Don't go into that situation unprepared, because the last time it happened, yeah, maybe it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great. It could have gone better. Like, you know, you're like risking people's lives by like going into a situation that you might not be prepared for. Stop that. Oh yes, very nice. Hello. So I filmed my book haul, and I have yet to put away all the stuff that I took out. I'll do that later. Anyway, I remember that I didn't actually, or I haven't actually told you what I'm reading. I have shown you clips of me reading it, but I haven't shown the actual book or like talked about it. So the book I'm reading is The Crane Wife by Patrick Ness, and it's one of his first books. I think it's his third book that he ever wrote, and it's an adult novel, and I feel like it's sort of magical realism, or maybe magical realism, or I'm probably just hoping for magic to happen. But it feels like there might be something happening, or might be something about to happen. I don't know, maybe I'm just hoping for that. But yeah, I really like it so far. It's really enjoyable. I'm about halfway through. It has a lot of point of views, and it sort of like goes back and forth from past to present, but like within like a week span, so like it keeps going from like past to present within that amount of time, which I think he does really well actually, but it does slow down the story a little bit because of the different perspectives and because of the different like time frames, but he does it really well. Back to here. I'm busy editing this video at the moment, so it should be up. Well, you will be seeing it right now. And I also thought I should just say, I think I left you on like a random clip of my phone because Becky Albertalli, the author of Simon vs. Homosapiens Agenda, which is a mouthful to say, liked or commented on one of my Instagram posts, which was pretty cool, so that happened. And also I wanted to say as well that I think I like I don't know, I was like watching the part where I talked about Poison Study, and I feel like I need to say I do really like that book. It's like one of my favorite books. I was just talking specifically in this video about an aspect of it that I didn't like, but I do really love it. And so yeah, that's us caught up. I need to talk about The Crane Wife still though. So I did finish that book in January. I think I finished on like the 2nd of January. I'm just gonna put it in this because I didn't actually talk about it in my January wrap up. So The Crane Wife. I finished it. It was good. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It was beautifully written, beautifully woven together. The characters were interesting. It's a Patrick Ness book, so you know it's going to be really good. And it's really different from everything that he's done before. He writes very different books, it seems. The reason it's 3.5 out of 5 is that the themes and the message, I guess, of the book were explained to me a little bit too much. The character sort of almost, well, I think he did actually explicitly say the theme of the book more than once, and I don't like to be told the theme of books. I like to like get my own message from it, and when it's done over and over and over, repetitively like it was done in this book, it just seems a little bit too much, and I just didn't like that. The main character was like a nice guy. Like literally, that's how you could describe him. Like I feel like actually he is described as a nice guy. I would have liked maybe to not have him be the main character. The daughter's story, the daughter's arc was beautiful. I loved her story. I would have loved to have a whole book from her perspective. It would have been really, really interesting. And Kumiko, I feel like she brings in the sort of mysterious magical realism aspect, and also she brings in the folklore of the Crane Wife. But she as a character still stayed very like oblique and very vague. And I understand why that was done, but at the same time, she just seems as sort of like a thing that's a vessel of these, of the folklore and of that aspect of the story, but as a character, she didn't feel very, like, I don't know, I felt like she wasn't there as much as the other two were. I almost feel like if something was just changed, or something was moved, or like if the main character was different, something, it would have been so much better, but I don't know what that is, so yeah, that's my critical review of that book, and that's the sort of final book that I was reading in 2015, and the first, I'm running out of breath, the first book that I read in 2016, and I wanted to also say that I read it, is this flat? It is. I read it on an app called BarBox. I got an email from the people who make BarBox, which is an app that works with libraries in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, and like it works with specific libraries, and you can use it like through your library and borrow books on the app and borrow audiobooks as well, and so definitely check it out because, you know, free books. But yeah, so they let me use the app, and that's what I've been doing. So I got to read The Crane Wife for free on the app. This is what it looks like on my phone because my iPad is flat. Can you see that? You might not be. It's just like loading. So okay, so like these are the books that I'm listening and reading to, and then you can like search for stuff. It's loading still. You can like search for stuff and look at different titles, and it's just like borrowing a book but online, which is so cool. And you can like, you have to like return it after a certain amount of days, so it's like the experience of borrowing from a library, except it's convenient because it's like from your phone or from your iPad or whatever. And I'm mentioning it because, you know, just in case you live in Australia, New Zealand, or the UK and your library has this service that you can use, but also because I am listening to audiobooks, which is very exciting because, you know, they were free and I was like, I want to try some audiobooks, I want to borrow some from the app. So I have been borrowing some audiobooks, but I also wanted to ask you guys for your recommendations because I like haven't ever listened to them before. I listened to the first one ever in January, which you will see in that vlog. So yeah, if you have any recommendations, definitely leave them in the comment section below. And that is this video. I hope that that wasn't a very long end section. It probably was, but you know, I needed to get it out. And yeah, I hope you're having a great year so far. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, with my vlog for that month. And happy reading. Tell me a book that you've been loving in the month of January, or December, I guess it was December. Tell me a book that you read in December if you can remember that you loved. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.